Hello and welcome back. Thanks for joining me today as I discuss step 4 in my 5-step system on how to overcome your sugar addiction. And today's step is all about planning for success. I'm going to give you some tools and strategies to curb your sweet tooth. I'm Dr. Morgan Nolte, founder of Reshape Physical Therapy and Wellness. I'm a geriatric specialized physical therapist, and my passion is helping adults 50 plus lose weight and maintain that healthy weight so that they can prevent disease and stay active and independent long into retirement. I want them to keep doing the things that they need, want, and they love to do. If you haven't yet, go to reshapept.com/sugar and grab your free 8-page workbook where you can have all of your notes in one place and follow along with each video. There's action items in that workbook to make the content that I'm giving you more valuable and more applicable to you. Here's a rundown of all of the 5 steps so that you can kind of see where we're at in the process. They do build on each other. Step number 1 was understanding your why. It is so much easier to say no to those little temptations when you understand your greater yes. What and who is important to you, and why do you want to get healthy? Step number 2 was about learning some facts about sugar, and we spent a lot of time identifying hidden sugars in foods. Now, step number 3 was checking your mindset. So learning, what are some strategies to improve? How should I be thinking? It's not all or nothing, and it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. Today's step is all about planning for success. So I'm going to give you some nuts and bolts on, what to do to curb your sugar cravings. And the last step, which is my favorite, is get accountable. And I'll share some tips with you on how to improve your accountability to reach your goals. Here's a picture of step 4 in the workbook for you to follow along. The main points that I'm going to cover today to reduce your sugar cravings and help you eat less sugar in general are to identify your trigger foods, drink lots of water, meal plan and meal prep, and budget your sugar. Let's go ahead and dive into each one of those individually. Let's talk about trigger foods. Trigger foods are foods that make you want to eat more of them or just more food in general than you initially planned on eating. For me, my trigger food, or at least one of them, is puppy chow. I could eat a whole bowl of puppy chow and not even think twice about it. For some people it's cake, for some people it's cookies, for some people it's ice cream. It's that food in your house that you can't forget that it's there and you keep going back to it even though you don't want to anymore. So even though your mom told you to eat all of your food and don't waste food, I'm telling you, get it out of your house because your body will thank you for it. The second tip I have for you is to drink a lot of water. The general recommendation is to get 8 cups of water a day, and for most people, unless you're very petite, this is not going to be enough. You should really aim for about half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. And I'm not talking about pop, I'm not talking about coffee or things that are going to dehydrate you. I'm talking about water. Some teas are going to be okay as well. And a good way to tell if you're hydrated is to check the color of your urine. It should be clear or very light yellow. My next tip for you is to meal plan and meal prep. This used to be really intimidating to me. I wasn't sure if I was going to have time or the knowledge to do it, but it's really not that hard. Pinterest has a lot of great meal prep ideas, and that's a good place to start. I find that I save money when I do well with meal prepping and meal planning because I'm eating out less. It helps me eat less sugar because I'm not eating as much on the go, so I have healthy food options ready and available, and it reduces my stress level because it's one less decision that I have to make during a busy week. The last tip I have for you today is to budget your sugar. Now, I know that it's going to be impossible to give up added sugar completely unless you are Superman or Superwoman. Life happens and those special occasions happen, and it's okay to treat yourself and have a little exception. But if you're going to do that, I would recommend that you really watch your sugar intake for the rest of that day or even the rest of that week, depending on the situation. Remember that women are only supposed to have 24 grams or about 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, and men are supposed to limit it to 9 teaspoons or about 38 grams. So just plan ahead. If you know that there's something coming up, try to reduce your sugar intake and be more mindful of what you're eating. So there are 4 tips for you on how to reduce your overall sugar intake and curb your cravings. Let's recap them one more time. The first one was to identify your trigger foods and get them out of the house. The second was to drink plenty of water, and I would also add on there to eat a lot of protein and healthy fat, and those will help you to feel full and reduce your cravings. The next was to meal plan and meal prep if you can. That's going to help keep healthy food available and reduce your variance in food and just make your life a little bit less stressful. And the last one is to budget your sugar. It's okay to have sweets every now and then, but just plan ahead and be mindful about added sugar in the rest of your food that day or week. Your action item for this week is really simple. I just want you to think about your trigger foods and then get them out of the house. Once you think about them, email them to info@reshapept.com. I love hearing from you and I love learning what your challenges are so that I can create content that's tailored to you and helps you reach your goals. I'm really excited to talk with you about the last step, which is get accountable, in the next video. It's my favorite thing to talk about. I feel like it's really the missing link in a lot of weight loss success. So I really look forward to seeing you then.